So Feast Fights essentially is a community gathering. It's more based for fighting games in general. What we wanted to do initially was to get gamers to try out new games.
Hey everyone, Danny here. This is my Brunei weekend, and this weekend I am at Games and Lattes. So Meercastgaming actually is organizing a Feast Fights Rematch. That's where he actually invites everyone to actually come down and play fighting games. So the title tonight includes Smash Bros Brothers. We got a bit of Tekken, Power Rangers, and really funny game, Dive Kick. Just 2 buttons and you play the game. Just jump and kick. So I'll take you with me today, and I'll probably try and get a couple of things from Amir, who actually is the organizer.
Only 6 games tonight. The 6 games are Tekken, which is updating now, Marvel vs. Capcom, Mortal Kombat, Power Rangers, Battle for the Grid, Dive Kick, and Super Smash Bros. Ultimate. So the concept is you win 2 games in a row, you get a free drink. You win 3 games in a row, you get a free meal. Before you actually want to claim it, you gotta call me up and show that you won those matches. And I will give you a coupon. The coupon looks like this. So this is the meal coupon. And it's worth 100 Bison dollars. So I only have about 10 to give away. So if you guys want to claim it, you can only claim 1 each. And then after that, if any of you guys are easy users, I'll give you easy cards. Yeah, so the easy cards are from ESB, also from BST as well. So thank you very much to them. Thank you to Games and Latte as well for having us here today. And have fun. Yeah. Alright everyone, here I'm with Amir, that's Meercastgaming, and here I'm going to ask him several questions. Okay, you ready? Yeah. First question. So what is actually Feast Fights? Right, so Feast Fights essentially is a community gathering. It's more based for fighting games in general. what we wanted to do initially was to get gamers to try out new games, and rather than have a competitive setting as you usually have with tournaments, you have something that is more casual. So even if you go to tournaments every single time, people are always intimidated to meet people or actually talk to them because like that's a pro player. But with Feast Fights, it's none of that. So you just, you could play a new game with a pro player in Tekken, and it doesn't really matter if you're playing dive kick because anyone can win. So it's a good thing. So we did this back all the way in 2012, I like to say. So the first time we did that, we did it at West Street Cafe, back over in the mall, and it was a success. It was just 4 games back then. It was just Street Fighter 4, Tekken, Mortal Kombat, and Ultimate Marvel vs. Capcom. So yes, the core is fighting games, but the fighting game community is essentially what makes this whole thing work.
Going on for the second questions, how's the turnout so far tonight?
The turnout's always great because if people just want to come and play, then they will always come and play. If you tell them that there's a $5 entry fee, they won't come. So if you give anyone any excuse to come and play video games, they will just say it, and even if it's free. What makes it even better is that Feast Fights, there's always one catch, and that catch is always great, is that if you play any game and win 2 matches in a row, you get a free drink. If you win 3 matches in a row, any game, you get a free meal. So that's a kind of incentive that we wanted to get people on board, because who doesn't want to win free stuff?
Yeah.
And the idea around that is just, it doesn't really matter at the end. People have to play their matches. If they play their matches, they have fun. If not, and then they just go buy food. But if they don't buy the food, they get free food anyway. So yeah, it's great.
Yeah, I saw the burgers just now.
Yeah. So
couldn't win 3 games at all.
But it's something that people aspire for. So if you give them a reason to play, which essentially you really don't, because people love playing video games. But yeah, free stuff.
So last one is message to everyone who's watching after this.
Right. I say when it comes to gaming, you don't always have to see the term esports as something that's always been competitive. Gaming is always about having fun, and that's the kind of thing that I try to push for when it comes to Meercast. As wanting to always be professional is an intimidating factor. So as opposed to just doing that, you have to go back to the core of what makes gaming great, and that is having fun. So Feast Fights is just the product of something that under Meercast, that what we wanted to do. But essentially, the result here is people having fun, meeting up old friends, even some of the old timers that used to play Street Fighter 4, they're back here. Even though Street Fighter 4 is not on the list, it's on my console, so they played it up. But they know the people, they know the game, they come, they play, they meet. It's a tangible factor that makes gaming much more greater, as opposed to playing online where you can't see anything.
That's brilliant. Thank you, Amir.
No, thank you.
Right. If you want to follow Amir, that's Meercast.
Meercastgaming on Instagram.
All right, then, brilliant. All right, guys.
Oh, nice. Okay, nice.